Welcome everyone, it's Enrico Janko. I'm the Signal, powered by the mighty Team Alliance. A little tired right now, but I did say if you was on that post, we would go into a little bit more about Wicks. I wasn't able to finish the whole class, the whole lesson up tonight, but what I will do, I believe, is I'm just going to go through the slides, because the lessons are built on about 21 slides. So I might as well do a video about each slide so you kind of get the gist really about Wicks, and hopefully this will be valuable to you while you're doing your trading. Maybe it'll be a little bit more information that'll help you win more trades. Pretty simple. Alright, so I won't make this very long, but let's get right into it. First thing with these wicks, right? Wicks can point to the way or they can point away from. What I mean by that, they can point to where the market is going, or they can point away from where the market is going. Either or. A lot of time these wicks come at points, at significant points in the market. The wicks a lot of time come at points of what you call traditional support resistance, right? A lot of times you have wicks in those areas because wicks represent a price movement. It represents a behavior in the market, price moving very quickly from one point to another. All right. So normally, as you see, price doesn't move like that. Normally, price moves slow, right? Usually has some type of body to it. So anytime you get spider legs, you know that price is moving quickly from one point to another, right? And that's always will be important in the market, because the most important thing in the market is the market's behavior around price levels. All right, and if we're talking about trading, right, because we're always talking about price and what is the market in reality. The market in reality is an auction, right? So price is always at the forefront, and the behavior of the market around price points is always of importance. All right, so when we look at wicks, we always look at the major wicks, because a lot of times just in normal activity you'll find some wicks, because people are always going in and out the market a lot of times. So a lot of times you will find some wicks always in the market, but usually they're comparatively small to their bodies. All right, as in this one is. And even though these wicks are, to me, are still kind of long, right? I like them a little shorter if we were just talking about no wicks, or very little wicks. These do have kind of like significant wicks. All right, so that means that there's some activity in movement in the market. So if we start at this long green candle here, right, we see on both sides of this candle wicks, right, spider legs. So that means that it was just high volatility going on right here. The market started here, went all the way up, came down, right, and then finished back up. The finish on is high, right? So that's a long range for the market to start here, come all the way down, jump all the way up, then come back all the way down. That's a lot of movement right there, and it represents a lot of indecision on the part of the market, and it shows you that there are buyers and sellers on both sides of the market. So knowing this from this candle, it makes you weary of taking a trade because there's a lot of indecision. If the market is undecided, how can you be positive, right? So it's just common sense. So while we're looking at this, we do see that the market ended up higher, it closed higher, but we do see also that a lot of selling pressure is here, right? Notice all the wicks on the top of this is a lot of selling pressure, right? The next candle, this candle here, which is labeled a doji. I usually don't like to get into labels because everyone has their thoughts on things. Let's just say this cross, right? This plus sign, a cross, or whatever you want to call it, however you want to call it. But let's just know that it represented more market indecision. All right. So you had this light episode of just little bull sentiment that was immediately met again with bear movement, and then also some bull movement right underneath. Of course, the market, what? It flattened out right there, right? So afterwards, as we go further, we could actually go a little further. Let's go to the next candle. This next bar candle, right? You're going to see a wick at the crown of the candle. And notice this wick right here. Look at the size of it compared to its body, right? Compared to the other wicks also. You'll notice that it's long, right? So this wick shows just like a clear rejection of any bull movement. So this, remember, we had this bullish moment, and then any movement by the bulls afterwards was clearly met, right? Clearly met with a bear's answer. And they brought the market back down after the bulls brought it up, all right? So you can see, you can just easily recognize this pressure, right? But this pressure, none of this pressure represents any trading though for us, right? Doesn't the just retail trader, because at this point the market is not really significantly telling you a real determination of what it will do, right? It's still just a very high level of uncertainty still in there, right? So it's not a high probability trade going on. And we're always looking for high probability trades, all right? So after this rejection, we see the market, it still has this little wick on top, but this little wick on top is more so just more transition from time, right? So this wick on top is really just represents more of this push down, more of this selling pressure, right? Because the market continues to push down, right? And look at this wick. This wick extends all the way down into more bear territory. Even though it was quickly rejected, it extends very far down. So what did we say? It said a lot of time wicks show the way, or they can take you away from, right? So this wick going all the way down in this bear territory lets me know that there are some possible sellers down here. They are sellers down here because the market made its way down here, right? So there are sellers down there, and we know that the market likes to take the easiest route, right? It's going to take the easiest route. It's kind of like water. It's going to take the path of least resistance, all right? So right now we know we got a lot of pressure on top. If market taking the path of least resistance, we're noticing that the market has dropped, right? We have this wick that enters deep into, low price points, right? Seller territory, Okay, and then we got this rejection that happened. All right, so this abnormal wick size right here, it can be an indication of buyers that are entering the market, right? New buyers that are coming after they saw the price move down so far. They're like, oh, well, it can't keep moving down, so I'm going to enter the market on a buy. All right. This can also be previous sellers that are leaving the market and they're taking profits. So they have orders down here just waiting to be hit, pending orders. So if the market hits this, all their orders pop, right? And this is where you get this buying action from, right? And if it definitely is more so profits being taken out of the market, then we can actually be looking forward to more selling to continue to go on in the market. All right? It gives us more confidence of what to actually be looking for in the market. And if we don't get that, then we can start saying, it's not happening or going down the way I'm thinking that it should be. Right? Now, this is all the type of thinking you're going to be doing before the trade, not after the trade. You're doing this thinking before the trade, all right? That's 2 slides, and we already, about 11 minutes in, and we got about 21 of these slides that I have here. So we're just going to cut this short right now, and tomorrow we'll go over, some more slides and some more information on this same trade and see how things actually set up. All right? It's Enrico Janko. IMtheSIGNAL. We're powered by the mighty Team Alliance. All right? You can also check us out in the Books for Traders. This is a site. I kind of like this site because it's got educational material on it, and I could do some advertising on it. So it's all right with me. So you can check it out. Got books and stuff on there, and you'll see me on there also. I'll probably put some educational material on here also. So it's Enrico Janko. IMtheSIGNAL, powered by the mighty Team Alliance. Good night, everyone. Speak to you soon.